Ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, the United States has grown accustomed to relatively mild winters, with few deep cold spells and almost no prolonged extreme cold events like those seen in the early 2010s. However, recent atmospheric signals are indicating a dramatic reversal. Meteorologists from NOAA, the U.S. Climate Prediction Center, and many international weather agencies all point out that the winter of 2025-2026 may become one of the coldest winters in more than a decade. This is not only due to significant global climate fluctuations, but also to clear changes in large-scale cycles, such as ENISO, NAO, AO, and especially the weakening of El Niño, along with the risk of a polar vortex split in the stratosphere. Over the past 2 years, the El Niño phenomenon, which typically brings warmer winters to most of the United States, has persisted at a fairly strong level. Warm water stretching across the Nino 3.4 region in the Pacific Ocean has acted as a kind of natural shield, pushing cold air masses northward and keeping most Arctic air confined to Canada. However, since mid-2025, sea surface temperatures in this region have begun to drop rapidly, signaling a clear weakening of El Niño. NOAA has officially issued an alert for La Niña, or a neutral leaning La Niña phase, a period when ocean waters cool, trade winds strengthen, and the jet stream tends to shift southward. When this happens, the pathway for cold Arctic air to plunge deep into the interior of the United States opens wide. Not only is ENSO changing, but two other important atmospheric oscillations, AO, the Arctic Oscillation, and NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation, have also shifted into negative phases, a factor known to allow cold air to move farther and stay longer in the south. Long-range weather models also show signs of the formation of an SSW, sudden stratospheric warming, a sudden warming of the stratosphere that can cause the polar vortex to split. When the polar vortex weakens or divides into multiple segments, pockets of Arctic air can spill into lower latitudes, causing deep and prolonged cold spells lasting several weeks. This scenario occurred in the winter of 2013-2014, one of the coldest winters in modern U.S. history, when temperatures in many Midwestern states dropped to 20 degrees off to 40 degrees off. Lake Michigan froze extensively, and much of the country was engulfed in persistent blizzards. Based on the latest forecast models, similar signals are returning for the winter of 2025-2026. Many experts warn that the Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and the entire northeastern United States will be the focal points of the most intense cold spells. States such as Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York are forecast to experience multiple consecutive days with temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius. Lake effect snow, caused by moisture from the Great Lakes mixing with cold air, may intensify dramatically as early as December, when lake surfaces have not yet fully frozen. This could lead to prolonged, heavy lake effect snow events, creating hazardous travel conditions. The central United States and the northern portion of the South, including Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky, will experience a two extremes winter, with temperatures frequently swinging between short warming periods and sudden deep freezes. This roller coaster pattern significantly increases the risk of freezing rain, ice accumulation, and widespread ice storms. Such conditions often cause major damage to power infrastructure, roadways, and water systems, similar to what Texas experienced in 2021. In contrast to much of the country, the West Coast and Southwest, including California, Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico, tend to be warmer and drier. Although they will not be directly affected by the strongest Arctic outbreaks, prolonged winter dryness may heighten the risk of wildfires and water shortages in early 2026. Regarding timing, long-range forecasts indicate that this winter may begin with an early cold outbreak in late December, but the peak period is expected between mid-January and mid-February, when strong Arctic intrusions could occur repeatedly. Some forecasts even show that average temperatures for several weeks could fall 15 to 25 days below climatological norms, causing deep soil freezing and significant impacts on infrastructure, agriculture, and daily life. As for snowfall, the winter of 2025-2026 is projected not only to bring major snowstorms, but also a high frequency of smaller snow events. This means total seasonal snowfall could be significantly higher than in previous years. Cities like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, Grand Rapids, and Milwaukee may see total winter snowfall far above average. In states farther south and west, such as Kansas City, Omaha, St. Louis, and Des Moines, snow may also occur more frequently, something that has been relatively rare in recent years. Prolonged cold not only causes inconvenience, but also creates a series of challenges for daily life and infrastructure. Water pipes may crack due to freezing, roads may develop potholes caused by repeated freeze-thaw cycles, and electrical systems may face overload risk as heating demand increases. Regions that have previously suffered major blackouts during severe cold, especially Texas, could once again face the possibility of widespread power outages if extended extreme cold occurs. In agriculture, prolonged and unusual cold spells may damage crops, especially citrus in Florida, vegetables in California, and livestock operations in the Midwest. Frozen water sources may leave livestock without drinking water, while feed supplies could be disrupted if snowstorms interrupt transportation. Moreover, extremely cold winters increase the risk of hypothermia and frostbite, especially among the elderly, young children, and the homeless. When extreme cold combines with strong winds, just 5 to 10 minutes of direct exposure can become dangerous. Carbon monoxide poisoning is also a serious concern when families use generators or improvised heating devices during power outages. Given the prospect of a harsh winter, experts recommend early preparation. This includes inspecting heating systems, stocking up on several days' worth of food and water, preparing emergency kits, checking generators, and ensuring equipment is operated outdoors to avoid toxic gases. Families should also plan safe travel routes in case heavy snow or road closures occur. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapid changes in the global climate in recent years have made forecasting models more complex. However, major signals, from the weakening of El Niño, the development of La Niña, to the potential polar vortex split and negative NAO-AO phases, are all converging, indicating that the winter of 2025-2026 may become one of the coldest in many years. This will pose significant challenges to infrastructure, energy systems, and public life across the United States. Early and proactive preparation will be crucial to reducing risks in the coming cold months. Thank you for following this special analysis. If you would like me to write a shorter version, convert it into a YouTube video script, or adapt it into a broadcast-style news script for television, please let me know.